Okay, in section E, we are going to talk about audible 可以聽到的 audible frequency range. It is about sound, of course. Last time we talked about how our ear works, and this time we are going to talk about different frequency. And then you will ask Mr. Wong, what do you mean by frequency? I know high pitch and low pitch, but these are 高音低音 is high pitch and low pitch, but what do you mean by frequency? Okay, in daily life, when we use this English word frequency, it means how often. How often do you go swimming? If you are from training team, maybe once a week you have to swim a lot. And if you just go for entertainment, maybe twice a year. This is the frequency of you going swimming, right? If you observe these two phrases, you tell me how many times, once or twice, within a period of time. So this is what we mean by frequency. However, in science, we have a very specific unit to measure frequency. And you will ask, okay, how many times, what is the period of time used in hertz? H-E-R-T-Z is hertz. The symbol is H-E-Z. And it is measured how many times in 1 second. Okay, for example, okay, ding, do, do, do. This is 1 time per second. So this frequency is 1 hertz. Okay, and then let me change it to faster. This is 2 hertz because 2 times per second, and even faster. This is 3 times per second, so we call it 3 hertz. But then the problem comes. Our counting is not reliable, and you cannot count very much. Can you count 10 times per second? Can you count 50 times per second? Actually, when you play a guitar, the string vibrates many times per second. Have a look in this video, which is here. This is a slow motion video capture. The string is indeed vibrating. When you play, it vibrates very fast. When you slow motion playback, you can see the vibration. It is occurring each time you play it. Indeed, you can see a blurred motion picture, but you cannot count how many times. 300 times? 500 times? How to count? We cannot count. Indeed, that is true. So let's play with this website. Okay, it is called the online tone generator. You can search it in Google and play it yourself, but let's experience that. For example, here you can see it tells us how many hertz. Let's play with it. For example, 200 hertz. Okay, this pitch you listen right now is 200 hertz. And then let me increase. This is called 1000 hertz, 2000 hertz, 3000 hertz. Okay, you can see when the number of hertz get bigger, the pitch is very high. When the number of the frequency goes down, the pitch becomes very low, right? So let me press stop first. Okay, so you can conclude the number of times it goes through. It is indeed the secret identity for the pitch. Okay, if we have a look at the PowerPoint again, in this figure, if 1 second there is only 1, 2, 3 times, this is very low pitch. But maybe there is 20 times or 1000 times, then they will be high pitch. This is the relationship. In this is the sound wave created how many times per second. And for example, in this bell, you can, or maybe you cannot. There is vibration, but we cannot count. But this pitch is have a secret identity. It means what are the number of times it occurred within 1 second. Okay, and in this online tone generator, you can also play with the range that you can still hear. For Mr. Wong, I can still hear about like here, but above 16,000 I can no longer hear clearly. Maybe you can because you are younger. And for the lower parts, about 55, I can still hear some sound about 55, but lower is like silence to me. So you can play with it yourself, and indeed the range of frequency that you can still hear difference person to person. Have you ever heard of 蚊子鈴聲? There is a range of frequency that only young people can hear and old people cannot hear. Why is that? Because the structure in your cochlea, in your ear, they will use up. So when you are older, the range of audible frequency will decrease. Okay, so let's learn this vocabulary now. Audible frequency range. The range of frequency that you can still hear. Okay. If we are at school, we'll play with a signal generator, but we already achieved this with the website just now. And I have invited my family to join and test it out. I myself can hear around 16,000. My mother about 11,000. My dad about 8,000. Each person different. You and your friend may also be different. But in general, when you get older, the range will become smaller. Okay? So the takeaway is that we can only hear sounds within a certain range of frequency. We cannot hear all frequencies. And okay, it will change from person to person, and also it will get narrower when you get old. And this part, you can see the diagram. Indeed, we can listen around 20 to 20,000, but goldfish can only listen for a smaller range. But for dog can hear twice as much, even much higher pitch. And even dolphin and bat, they can listen to 150,000 times per second. That is 150,000 hertz. It is very, very high pitch. So you may heard of 海豚音. It is a way to say that someone singing in very high pitch. It is exaggerated, 誇張咗, but that is why. Because dolphin can listen very, very high pitch sound, high frequency sound. And this is one of the application that I haven't experienced. There is one thing called dog whistle, 狗笛. When you blow in it, you cannot listen anything at all with your own ear, because human is so limited. We cannot hear things in the 30,000 range. For example, here, 30,000 is out of our capability to listen. However, for the dog, it is still very okay for their range to listen to some frequency like 30,000. Therefore, you blow the dog whistle, you cannot listen anything, neither can I, but the dog can hear very clearly. And so it is very very attention grabbing, and the dog will respond and come. Okay, So in this example, we can experience that there are range of sound we cannot hear, but other animal can. Okay, so the main theme is audible, frequency, range. And we are going to talk about noise in the next clip. And thank you for listening. Bye.